What's up, everybody? This is McKeevan Nivens from the One Question series, and I'm joined by Dr. Yaffa Bey. For the record, it's Friday, October 4th, 2024. What should indigenous Americans who are from the mainland know about unification? Why is it so important that we unify under one banner or one name?
If your people are heir to America's anywhere by blood, and they've been here since before the conquistadors and all these other people, this whole empire, from the top of Canada to the bottom of Tierra del Fuego, was full of melanin-rich people that are now reclassified and misclassified and erroneously classified as Black, Negro, Africans, and whatnot. We have always, always, always been here. And we even predate the Native Americans that came across the Bering Straits and found us here too from Siberia. Stop playing with my people. And my people, stop letting people play with you. Stop letting them play you. We had better come under one common agreement. And it is not ADOS and it is not FBA. Yeah, you can be that, but that's not where your protections are. That is not where your protections are. Your protections are what you are, and you are the only ones that are indigenous heirs to America as her American Indians, Aborigine, or Aborigines by blood right. The only ones attached to this soil by blood, whose blood is shed all over it, who built it before everybody came here and helped them rebuild on top of it. Have your parks, including Central Park, New York, are sitting on top of our community. A lot of these lakes in areas that we are not even allowed to go to. We learned about rioting and burning crap down from your people. We never, ever did that before y'all showed up, running through our areas, burning us out, rioting on us, looting and massacring us. This is your behavior, and we picked it up from you. We picked it up from you. So we're going to put this right back where it belongs, okay? As refugees in our own country that we are tied to by blood, that we built. It was built before they got here, and we rebuilt it after they got here. We built it and rebuilt it, and they keep letting in their wave of illegal immigrants that let in another wave of illegal immigrants and let in another wave of illegal immigrants and let in another wave of illegal immigrants. And I don't know what's going on right now, and I can't prove, but I guarantee whatever this is about, it has something to do with us. It has something to do. There's something they're supposed to be doing for us right now that they're supposed to be giving us right now, that they're bringing in all these distractions to not give us, like the Civil Rights Act. To not give it to us, they brought in all these other foreigners and let them take our spots as minorities. And how dare the Chinese side with the Jewish boy that everybody called a white boy to overturn affirmative action when a lot of y'all got in school under affirmative action. Are you serious? Did you forget? Obviously you forgot. But y'all might wind up with your reality check too. Okay? Y'all might wind up with your reality check too. And I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but I am telling everybody, back the hell up off my people. Back off. And we're not going to argue with anyone anymore about who we are. We're not going to try to prove anything anymore. You want proof? With photos and receipts from this country and other countries around the world. Go check out Kurumeyo. Go check out Sosalinha. And to you two brothers, honors and kudos to you guys for all your work and all your time. Because they will prove it to you, no arguments. There's nothing to argue about. And they're going to show you with information from this government, governments overseas, books written by so-called white folks that we didn't write. And they're going to tell you who we are. Because I've been saying it for years. It is not well known, but it is exceptionally well documented that what y'all call America was a Negro continent, for lack of better word. Meaning it was full of nothing but melanin-rich, copper-colored, cinnamon-colored, mahogany-colored people. And it is not known at the bottom because it's not taught, but it is well known at the top. They know it at the top. Why do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger said when he found out, well, those niggas don't know how to run a country. They don't know how to run a government. Obviously we do. We ran one for millennia before y'all showed up. They had to get us reclassified as colored, Negro, Black, anything. Black American, African American, Hebrew Israelites, Moorish Americans, foundational Black Americans, American descendants of slaves, all this other stuff, so you would not go back to the thing that's in place for you. I don't care what we were called. Oh, that's there. I don't care what we were called before that. We need to get back where we can get back, and then we can go back calling ourselves what we were called before that. But the whole United States Code Title 25 is all about America's Indians. Indians, not Native Americans, not Black, but they're trying to change that now. Just like they going back, way back in the 1800s and the early 1900s, talk about African American this and African American that. That's people going back, rewriting stuff. We weren't called that back then. I even saw somebody, Melanin Rich, out there arguing with somebody in a comment section about how we've always been African Americans. No, we have not. We've always been indigenous Americans. When they first showed up, they called us Native Americans. Why? Native basically means a serf, a subject, a villain, or a slave, or what's worse, my brothers, a woman born into bondage. That's what native means. It's from the Latin phrase nativus, Nativus, like Sam. It is underneath the English word native in the average law dictionary. Native tells you about being a serf or a servant or on the manner of a lord. And sometimes it'll even tell you about being a woman born into bondage or a slave. But it doesn't say crap about being, and it'll even tell you about being a villain, Villein, which is the same as Villain. Nobody wants to be the villain. Isn't that one of the bad guys? But it will tell you under the word nativus that it means native. Don't believe me? I'm painting you a broad brush. I don't do specifics. Sosalinha does specifics. Kuramayo does specifics. And they show you the evidence to back up what they're trying to tell you. So don't come at my people all sideways, well, this ridiculous nonsense, because it was our people that were fighting for our rights in our ancestral homeland, where Martin Luther King told us we'd become refugees in our own country. And as much as y'all hate this man, and I hate to bring him up because people don't like to hear me talk about him, as much as y'all hate this man, even Donald Trump said it when he ran for office in 2016. I didn't vote for him then. I didn't vote at all. I didn't vote for Obama. I voted for him in 2020. Oh, I most certainly did. Most certainly did. Not voting for him in 2024 because I don't agree with his stance on the police. Anybody that kills a police officer deserves the automatic death penalty. No, no, no. It depends on the circumstances. It depends on the circumstances. It depends on the circumstances. I have the right to kill anybody in defense of my life when my alarms are screaming, this person is trying to kill me. And the most high creator of all is like, this person is trying to kill you. I'm just saying. But he said when he was talking to Michigan, and he wasn't in Detroit, he was in a suburb of Michigan, and he said Hillary Clinton would rather give jobs to illegal immigrants coming in from all over the world. And I'm summarizing. I'm not quoting him exactly, but I'm not far off what he said. Rather than give those same jobs to African-American youth in cities like Detroit who have become refugees in their own country. Yes, he did say it. Yes, he did say it. Why y'all keep calling him a racist? I'm just saying. So we have got to come under this one banner. Why? Because of all the split and the division on what we're being called. You can call yourself what you want to. Just like on paper, your name is, I don't know, let me make up a name. John Jones. But everybody in the hood calls you Buck. You can call yourself what you want to call yourself, but when you get to dealing with them on paper, Don't be putting buck. When you're dealing with them in on paper, you need to be calling yourself the only things that I told you should call yourself. You shouldn't call yourself anything other than most of them those things, almost all of which starts with an A, except for indigenous. Indigenous American starts with an I. Amerindian starts with an A. Amaru Khan starts with an A. American American starts with an A. American Autochthon starts with an A. American Aborigine starts with an A. Aborigine of America starts with an A. I'm just saying. When you're dealing with them, don't call yourself Bloods or Crips or Hebrew Israelites or Christians or Muslims or. Title 25 is not about that. It's not about blacks. It's not about Black Americans. It's not about African Americans. It wasn't even written under the guise of Native Americans. And they know there's a difference between the American Indians and Native Americans. They know this. Way back when, yeah, it kind of applied because our people had been, for lack of better words, made into serfs and villains and slaves because they villainized us. They called us savages. But don't y'all know that the word savage comes from the French word sauvage, S-A-U-V-A-G-E, which means savior or to save, because our people were saving them. And a lot of them remember, and a lot of them are grateful, but they don't know how to deal with it. One, they don't know how to tell you who you are, because you might curse them out, because when we try to tell you, hey, you curse us out. Real talk. And when they try to stand on your side, what do they get from there? It's like, oh, you just some kind of nigger lover. You ain't even loyal to your race. They don't know what to do. They really don't. And there are secret societies of them that are waiting on y'all to wake up and help them. Because the system around the globe is so demonic now. Demons have risen into positions of high power and have touted themselves Lord Master over you. And they're sending in little demons into your communities, villains to divide more and conquer. Why? They are trying to replace you. They're trying to wipe us out. They are doing what they do well, what they've always done. They are doing everything in their power to eliminate, eradicate, and exterminate our people through deliberate acts of driving our people to extinction so they can lay claim and keep saying, yeah, we're American Indians, yeah, we're Americans, and we're Aryan American. No, you're not. No, you're not. Take my word for it. Go look at these two channels that I'm talking about and remember what Martin Luther King told you. We have become refugees in our own country. Donald Trump told you they have become refugees in their own country. What else do y'all need to hear? I'm tired of talking. I'm sick of saying it. I've been saying it for years. So now I'm going to send you to somebody else, because I understand that some people don't know how to find the receipts, can't read as well as they ought to be able to, and that ain't your fault. You went to their schools. What do they want? Okay, they didn't want us to read it all. So I'm not mad at you. So go check out these brothers, Sosaline Ha and Kuramayo. And on that note, that's all I got to say to my melanin-rich people that are blood heirs to this country. When they say Kamala Harris is not black, what they mean is Kamala Harris is not one of us. We're not black. Stop calling yourself that shit. That makes you a color. And if you're colored, you're not real. Look in the law dictionary under colored. If you look it up in a dictionary, if you look up colored in any decent law dictionary, it will tell you in no uncertain terms. Colored means, or color, colorable. Look up color, colorable, colored. Look up all three. When you get into color, they're going to try to make like it's all about us. But look at colorable and whatnot and color. It'll tell you. That's why they say when the police do things under color of law, it's a semblance and a simulacrum, which means it's not real. It's not real. It's not real law. So if you say you're black, or even if you say you're white, you're claiming you are a color. If you want to be a color, our people are various shades of brown. Brown, if you just want to be a color. Black originally meant bleached up, pale, and white in color. We are not a black people. We are a melanin rich people who are various shades of brown. We're not melanated. We're melanin rich. Melanin rich. We are various shades of brown. A semblance and a simulacrum in accordance with law, which is what color and colorable means. It means that you are not real. If you are not real, you have no real rights coming. And for some of you, I know you've heard this all from me before. I've said it repeatedly over the years. I'm tired of talking. Don't listen to me anymore. Go check out Kurameo and Sosaline High so you can get the proof and the receipts. And anybody who wants to argue with you and debate you, send them over there. Okay? Send them over there. Kurameo doesn't even look like one of us, but he is one of us. A lot of people running around here are you. They don't look like you anymore, but they are you. I have relatives that went off passing for white. Do you understand? My mother's father's brother went off and passed for white. A lot of people know who they are. Some of them, their spouses know who they are, but their children don't.
I can vouch for that because I've seen your family and they come in various shades from chocolate brown to copper color to what everybody calls white and everything in between.
On my mom and dad's side, but people always, oh, Sister Yaffa hates white people. Are you insane? I don't like people that don't like me. I don't like people that harm children. I don't like people that execute my people for no reason in their deliberate acts to drive us to extinction after our ancestors tried to save you from your damn oppressors who were enslaving you. And we didn't believe in slavery here. And what you did is you listened to your oppressors and got white on us and reclassified us and took us out of our standing where we did have some power, including the power to protect you. We can't help you now. We can barely help ourselves. But they mad at us in Israel. They mad at us in Palestine. They're mad at us in Africa. They're mad at us on the islands. They're mad at us in South America. Why won't these black people stand up and help us? Why won't black people stand up for us? Because everybody ran in here and helped suppress us so badly, we can barely stand up for ourselves. And when we come out crying about police misbehavior, and white folks act like they don't know the police misbehave because they wiped them out too. And people, I don't want to hear about them. I'm talking about us. You have to hear about them. They're abusing crap out of them too. But the difference between us and them is we come out screaming about it. And when we come out screaming about it, they come out screaming at us about it and side with the police. And then when the police do the same crap to one of theirs, they're like, why won't the black people stand up for us? Y'all attacked us for standing up for us instead of standing up for us, with us, against them, so we could stand up for you, with you, against them. Y'all know they ain't right. Y'all know they ain't right. I've seen a lot of the YouTube channels put out by people that look like you, including attorneys. Cop watch. I've seen them. Everybody knows these people are not right. That's why I can't support Trump. I cannot support anybody, but I understand why he feels that way. In his rich mind, they are doing their job by protecting his rich interests. I get it. He doesn't know what we feel. He doesn't know what so-called poor whites feel. He doesn't know what lower class or middle class or poorer class or lower economic in the stratosphere people are feeling. He's never been, well, he should have learned after January the 6th, but maybe not. He's always, our good law enforcement. Well, were those good law enforcement people out there in D.C. on January 6th? Or are you just complaining about that batch? Because our people can complain about all the batches. I'm sure there are good cops out there, but they're scared of the bad ones too. Somebody better ask somebody. Anyway, we are in our country. Everybody else here, I don't care what you look like, okay? I don't care if you're from Senegal, Jamaica, Haiti, Brazil, Belize, Colombia, Mexico, Nigeria, Ghana, China, Japan, Korea, France, Germany, Rome. I don't care where you're from. You are in our house. Didn't your moms raise you better? Didn't they teach you how to behave when you go to someone else's house? When you go to someone else's home, you don't have the right to go in their house talking about, man, you know what? I don't like the fact that, somebody wants to give them a freebie. I'm in their house. Why should I pay them rent? They don't go to work every day. I go to work every day. And I'm expected to come in at the end of the day and give them money and pay a utility bill. She doesn't work. Well, it's her house. She doesn't have to work. And if you don't like it, you can always leave and go home or go get your own house or go back to your house. We didn't ask y'all to be here, but we have never outright attacked any of y'all.